Blog Talk Radio. Hi, it's Margo. It's Monday night, August 8th, 2016, and tonight I'm going to read a chapter of my book, Teachings of Ming Fu, Channeled Messages from a Chinese Guide, and I'm going to read the chapter on love. These messages came through to me within a 6-week period back in 1992. And Ming Fu would wake me up in the mornings around 5:30 and say, "Ah, little one, let us walk among nature, and I will teach you many things." And so in my half-awake state, in my trance state, I'd have my tape recorder there, and in my mind, we'd be walking in the forest, and he'd be talking to me, just giving me all kinds of information, universal truths, and it was really an amazing period. Within 6 weeks, all these teachings came in. I transcribed them and put them in a book. It's available on Amazon as a Kindle book or as a PDF. And anyway, these I'm sharing these with you now, and I'm reading you this chapter on love. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you have any questions. Just let me know. My website is margoshealingcorner.com. And today the chapter is entitled Love. Today, my little one, we will talk of love and the energy of love to transmute the negative to the positive. Love is the creative force behind every manifestation. Even for negative things, it is a very low form of love. As you learn to open up on the higher levels, love takes on a different meaning. When people are on lower levels, love is a selfish thing. Love is greedy. Love is what you can get for free, what you can get from others, and manipulation. On the higher levels, love is unconditional. You see the love in everything. You send out the golden rays from you, exuding, because of love for the Creator, for the energy that permeates all. As you create loving thoughts for everyone and everything around you, you transmute the energy around you from negative to positive. Then this draws to you the positive energy, the positive side of the material. This is one of the basic laws of the universe. The problem with your world, little one, is that most of the people are stuck on the lower levels of experiencing love. They try to control. They try to manipulate. The more they control and manipulate, the more the negative vibrations get set up. It's as if they are weaving a web of negativity around them. The more they control or try to control, the more the web closes in around them. Then it creates a dark cloud around them, and they are unable to see out. Their perception of the world is one of negativity, because that is what they are looking through. That is what they created. Then they become ill. Negative things happen to them. Negative people come to them. They get locked into that vibration of negativity. Others who are around them are locked into it too. Very rarely can anyone break out of that. It takes help from a higher source to break out of that cloud of blackness that is around each one of them. The individual must make the first move. It starts with the first thought of his, that he realizes that something is not right, that he's doing things incorrectly, and that he must change. That one thought, that one positive thought, starts a chain reaction in his being. It opens up a little hole in the cloud around him and creates a doorway for the higher beings and higher energies to help him. But until he does that, it is impossible for anyone or anything to help him raise to a higher level. These individuals are given the opportunity every day to do this in situations, in relationships, with illness, with accidents, with loss of money, problems in relationships. Any kind of frustration acts as a trigger to give that person the possibility of creating that one thought, the thought of wanting to change, the thought of asking for help and guidance, because each one has around him his angelic self and his guides who are watching over him. But until he makes the first move, they cannot contact him. The doorway is closed. As in the Bible, ask and ye shall receive. Knock and the door shall be opened. This is what is meant by these statements. It is a matter of the thought and attunement. Many people experience illness specifically as an opportunity to have this happen to them. Very, very few ask to have the door opened. Most of them will say they want help, but very few accept their condition, what has happened, and then have that one thought of change. The ones that do receive great help. The ones that don't live in misery forever and ever. That is the hell on earth. It is very sad to see many, 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 many people walk around in the dark cloud they have created, hurting themselves, keeping themselves from their own good, their own light, and their own abundance. It is unnecessary. As you come into contact with others, you act as a catalyst to change others' thoughts, to change the rut, to move their thought patterns out of the old ruts that they have created in their brain, to kind of jump the rail. With that opportunity, they have a chance to have that thought of their own, of wanting to change, of opening up. That is why you are so important. Granted, the guides are doing great work, but unless there are humans on the earth doing this, helping the people to change their thoughts, it never works. In the brain, you get used to thought patterns. See, the brain is a dirt road, and a thought is like a cart going down the dirt road. The first thought that comes along leaves a small impression. The second thought of the same order goes right along the first impression and makes that first impression a little deeper. The third thought comes along, and it tries to be a little different, but because it goes the way of the least resistance, it goes into the impression that has already been made in the road, and on and on and on. That is how these ruts form. The thoughts just keep going along the rut, along the path of least resistance, until something shakes their reality, something that is out of order, something that makes them jump the rail, as I say, and pulls them out of the rut and shoves them over on a new path where there are no ruts, another road. The hardest part is getting out of the first rut, but once that is done, it gets easier and easier and easier to create new roads, to create new thoughts, positive thoughts that are going to materialize positive, good things for you, for the world, for others, and for the whole universe. In romantic relationships, the reason that those do not work is the two people are usually functioning on a lower level of love and are greedy and self-centered and do not wish for the other person's best. If two people function from the place of unconditional love, then very opposite ones can learn to get along. That is the test, and that is the key, for you are all different. The idea of meeting a soulmate, you meet many soulmates. You meet many you vibrate with and resonate to. But it is a matter of being so complete in yourself that when you resonate with that other person, it is merely a heightening of vibrations. It is not filling up a black hole or a void. It is a heightening. It is a joy to experience what that other person brings into the relationship. But both must be functioning from the level of unconditional love. That is what you are learning now, my little one. In a relationship, you cannot control another, and they cannot control you. You have to be free, free to live, free to experience, free to grow. As long as each of you are doing your best and living good lives, non-harmful to each other and to others around you, it can work. The love can grow between you because it all depends on the positive thoughts. You send love. You send positive thoughts to your mate, not in controlling ways, but just in happy, want you to be okay ways. That's how it will work. That is the key. You must learn to be happy with what you have right here in this moment. Do not worry about the next moment. Do not worry about tomorrow. Do not worry about the future. All will be taken care of as the energy flows freely through you. Once you open up, once the energy starts flowing, what will happen will be of a much higher nature. The good that will come to you is so much better than you could ever envision. Therefore, do not try to create and manifest. Just create the thought of good, the positive energy in whatever you do. Then the highest manifestation will come to you. If you try to control the outcome, you limit yourself, and you get locked into the idea that you have control. But you have no control. You're here to experience. You are not here to be God. There is only one God and one Creator. You are here to let life flow through you. You are here to please God. And it pleases Him for the energy to flow, not for you to manipulate. As you let it flow, then you do become more godlike, and things do create. That is the grand paradox. that in order to create, you have to let go of control in every way. That is what so few people understand. Ah, yes, the grand paradox. Little one, you have much to learn, and you are learning well. Continue with your positive thoughts, your transmutation, your golden cloud. Keep to yourself as much as possible, as others do not understand. They want to. They will in time. So go forth, little one, with joy and with unconditional love. Know that I'm with you and I'm guiding you, and you have my love always. And that's the end of that lesson. And I love that lesson where he talks about changing the thoughts and how we are stuck. And we are stuck. We're stuck in our beliefs. We're stuck in our programming. We're stuck with thoughts repeating over and over and over in our brains. And it's so hard to change any behavior, any belief, because of the way our thoughts just keep repeating over and over and over. And the way he describes the thoughts going into this rut, and then you have to jump the rail like the cart. It has to literally push it out of the rail, out of that rut, and jump it over to where there are no ruts. And then you can have a new thought. Then you can be open to new possibilities, to new creativeness, open to unlimited possibilities. But before that, you're stuck. And what he's also saying is that it takes help from a higher source, especially when we're locked into this dark cloud. This dark cloud, which is created because of our own beliefs and implants and programming and the world that we create around us. It's our perception and our own reality. And even to have a little ray of light coming through, that gives a little bit of light through the darkness, and then you say, oh, I see a light. Then you can follow that. But it really takes supernatural help. And that's what the guides and angels are here for. And they are here. And they are here to help. And they won't step in unless you ask. But once you ask for help and ask for your highest good to happen, I ask you to try that. Try it for a week and see if things don't start changing in your life and don't start happening better. And it might just be small changes at first, little tiny things. But that's how the light side works. That's how the good side works. They don't come and beat you over the head or go ding, 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 ding like Las Vegas. It's a silent, that almost silent voice within. It's a quiet voice. And so you have to get quiet in order to hear that. You have to stop your own thoughts. And he also talks, about getting into this unconditional love, which is functioning from the heart center. And I've been told recently by God about how we do have to balance our heart center with our intellect and with our minds, because we can't figure everything out. We don't have what it takes to know everything and to figure everything out. Granted, we have wonderful brains, and if we could access all of our DNA, it would even be more wonderful. But the heart center is very important. And once you balance the heart and the mind, then you can get clear guidance and you can look at things from a larger perspective and have a balance in looking at things, looking at situations, and then your discernment will be better too. And I like in this teaching, Ming Fu talks about how illnesses and accidents and things that are considered hardship are also an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to change. And it's actually a gift. It's a gift from the divine. And most people find it really hard to change. That's one of the things about our nature. We like routine. We like ritual. We like knowing what to do. We like for someone else to tell us what to do. Even though people complain about leaders and bosses and stuff like that, how many people really go within to find their own answers? More people are going to psychics than to someone to help them find their own answers within. More people will just run and spend thousands of dollars on psychics. They'll go all around the world looking for the answers outside. But the answers are all within us because we are divine beings. And once we remove the blocks and learn to hear that voice within, that small, still voice, and learn the communication from the other realms, once we learn that, we have that knowingness, and then we can walk in confidence and with peace. And even if you're going through really hard times, you can be open to change and open to new possibilities. And, even in the midst of all kinds of hardship and illness and, joblessness, lack of money, homeless, you name it. If you have this inner peace and this inner knowingness, I'm telling you, it is the most powerful thing in the whole world. Because if you have that, then your world will change around you. And the energy will change around you and will manifest. And Ming Fu also talks about letting go of control and just asking for whatever's in your highest good to manifest for you. And that's the prayer I say every day. I ask for my highest good and the highest good for everyone involved in whatever situation I'm involved in, or highest good for the world. I pray for the highest good for the world, for the Great One, the soul of the earth, for the animals, for the trees, all of nature. I pray for the highest good for the sun, the solar system, even the ETs, and our angels and guides, and even for God. And we all need to just open to whatever the highest good is. And we don't know what it is. And it may mask itself and come in. It may look like a bad thing that's happening, but it might be the best thing in the world. Like you might get laid off from a job or lose a job, and you think, what am I going to do now? But that's an opportunity for you to look for other ways to make money. And, sometimes that's like the best thing that could ever happen. Because how many people are stuck in jobs that you hate and stuck with bosses that you can't stand looking at, and you're under their control, and you have to go in and stuff down your feelings and, keep a smiling face when inside you're going, man, I can't stand you. And because you're seeing through everything. And then you're just so drained. And, you're not really here expressing your highest purpose, your highest mission. So that might be the best thing that could happen. And, it happens all the time. So I encourage you to think about these things that might look like hardships, but they're blessings. They're blessings that come in hardship, and we're forced to look at new ways to do things. And you might have to downsize and move to a smaller place, or less expensive or whatever. But that's not so bad either. That's not so bad either. And be grateful for what you have. If you have your health, I mean, that's great. If you have your mind, that's great. And if you don't have your health, look at what you do have and focus on what you can do, not what your limitations are. So that's my message for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Visit my YouTube channel at Margo's Healing Corner, and visit my website, margoshealingcorner.com. I'm a hypnotist, holistic life coach, and spiritual healer. I help people remove their blocks. I do implant removal and removal from the matrix. I also, in my empathic abilities, I can look inside your body and see what's going on. And when I'm doing these implant removals, I'm also seeing energetic things in the body. A lot of times it kind of turns into kind of like an Edgar Cayce type reading, and also can see like natural ways to deal with your situation and condition. And it's fascinating to see how all this works together. And we're all energetic beings, and the more we can get unblocked and unstuck and open and aligned with our divine energy, divine force, then that's the most important thing. Time is short. We're getting ready to ascend. I truly believe that. So if you're interested in working with me, look me up. I can work on a sliding fee scale. If you need a discount, just look me up, email me, and we can talk about it. So that's my message for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good week, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless. Good night.